Alright guys, so today we're going to be doing a get it all done. It is now after lunch, but first thing this morning I got up, did my morning routine, had some breakfast, got sheets going because like I said, today's going to be my weekly home blessing and I needed to get sheets going, so I did that. Then one of my sons and I, we went and played basketball, we've done some school, we've had lunch, all those things. I just had a shower because I was super nasty after playing basketball. But before we get into getting some things done, last week I had asked for questions on my Instagram and then I didn't get to do them, so I said that I would do them in my next video, which is this one. So the question I had is, what does my morning routine look like as far as like when do I get up and get going with like homeschool and things like that with my kids? So all right, so I get up every morning at 5:47 a.m. I get up so that I can make my husband's lunch and breakfast and then see him before he leaves for work. And then depending on the day, that kind of determines what I do from there. Some days I stay up, do morning things, relax a little bit before my boys are up, get stuff done, ready for the day, that kind of thing. Then there are other days that I go back to bed for a little bit. And that is simply because I can. My boys are 16 and 12 now, and the way we kind of do our mornings is they do most of their independent stuff first thing in the morning. They don't really need me to do anything, and so sometimes I chill. And I'm very thankful to be in this season of life. Okay, so that answers that question. Before though we get into all the stuff that we're gonna be doing today, which is a weekly home blessing and some other things, I wanna tell you guys about some books that I've been reading. Now, I have been, all right, so let me start over. This channel is really and truly my journey to trying to figure out how to take care of my home, keep food on the table, get us where we need to be when we are supposed to be there. I did not really learn how to do these things as a kid. When I became a stay-at-home mom, I was like, yes, I'm gonna be awesome at this, but I was not. I wasn't good at any of it. I couldn't keep laundry done. I couldn't keep our house clean. It was just bad. And so this has just been a journey. I still don't have everything figured out, but things are so much better than they used to be. I've learned a lot, I've grown a lot, and I'm always trying to make things better. So, one of the things that I've been doing recently is reading more books by women that have struggled in the past and kind of really gotten it together. And so, I thought I would share a couple of the books that I've read so far this year. The first one is The Lazy Genius Way, and I don't know how to say her name. It's Kendra sorry, I don't know how to say your name. This book is good. It was one that I had a hard time kind of getting through at certain times, and I think it's just because I was also reading other books for different things, and so I had a hard time staying in this one. It's a great book. I do recommend it, and it was good. All right, so the next book I want to tell you about is this one. It is How to Manage Your Home Without Losing Your Mind by Dana K. White. This book is one that once I started it, I had a really hard time putting it down. This has been really good. The area in my life that I've been struggling the most with in our home has been laundry. And there were a lot of good things in this book for a lot of different areas, but the laundry section is the one that I just like zeroed in on, and it really convinced me to try something new. I kind of talked about this earlier this week on Instagram, so if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure that you are. But this book is great. So I also got her other organizing for the rest of this book, and I've just started it. It's like a nice hardback book, super cute. And this is set up totally different. This one is like chapters, like in-depth chapters where you read everything. Also, she's hilarious. I just want to say that. So if you like funny, this is really good. This one though, it's 100 realistic strategies to keep any house under control. Now, I haven't gotten very far in the book. You can see like I haven't made it very far. So far, all the information has been pretty much the same information that's in this book. That doesn't mean that it won't change as I get through the book. It's just broken down very differently. And I really appreciate that because it's in nice little bite-sized chunks. You can sit down for like 1 or 2 minutes, read a section, and put that into practice, whatever it is that she's going over, if it's something that you need to work on. So this book is super good. All right, so now I need to stop talking and we need to start doing my weekly home blessing.
All right, so I've got my favorite tools. I've got my Swiffer duster and then also my eCloth cloths. I have a regular microfiber cloth and then also the polishing cloth. I like to use the polishing cloth to do my TV screens, and then I use the regular microfiber cloth damp. I use that on mirrors and glass and then dry it with the polishing cloth, and then I have 0 streaks. Not sure why I had my Swiffer out just yet because that task will be next, but anyway, I'm going to go around, do mirrors and TV screens, and that's going to be task number 2 for me. Task number 1 was my sheets, which I put in the washing machine first thing this morning. All of the mirrors are done, so we're going to head back to my master bedroom to start dusting. Now I'm showing you just kind of a quick overview. I did finally get some things hung up on the wall. I rearranged some furniture in here. The furniture placement is now terrible, and I will address that and fix it another day, but today is not that day. Today we are going to finish my weekly home blessing. So I've got my Swiffer and I'm just doing a quick walk around the room, dusting all the surfaces off. I like to kind of try to do this in the same order each time. So I start here in my master bedroom, and then I go out to the living room area, and then I just work my way around the house. While I was down here dusting, I happened to notice a pen on the floor. I'm guessing that this is something that one of my boys is missing. One of them sits in here to do school. So I picked that up, put it away, and we're going to keep dusting. The biggest thing to remember when you're doing this is you're going very quickly. You're not moving everything around. You're just quick dust, get it done so you can move on to the next thing. Okay, so the next task is to vacuum. And again, I start over here in my master bathroom, kind of work my way around the house. I like to pick up the rugs, shake them out, move this stuff out so that I can vacuum these floors really well. I shed pretty bad, so there's always like little piles of hair, so that's the reason I like to move all of those things to make sure that I get all of that really well every week. Alright, so typically I would say that you should do all of your vacuuming first and then mop. However, sometimes I find that I work a little bit faster when I vacuum an area, then mop that area, then vacuum an area and mop that area, and I kind of switch back and forth. I always vacuum and then mop the area around the bar, and then sometimes I do it in my kitchen this way. Sometimes I do other sections. It kind of just varies, but today I kind of just switched back and forth. So you do this however it makes the most sense for you and your house, and however you feel like you can get it done the quickest. One of the other things that I want to recommend, something that I do, is when I am mopping, I always turn the fan on our air conditioner. It helps the floors dry a lot faster. And so that's just a little tip that I do because my kids, they're usually in their rooms and they're wanting to come out. And because we have tile floors, I actually soak the floors pretty good when I'm doing a good mop. But anyway, just a tip. Turn your air conditioner on for just a little bit while you're mopping, and it'll make your floors dry a lot faster. Don't forget that it's okay to delegate some of your tasks. One task that I delegate each and every week is emptying trash cans. I let my kids rotate that job and they handle it for me. So it's very rare that I ever empty a trash can, but it does still get done.
Alright guys, so something I want to show you that I do is when I'm going to vacuum in here, I always pick up the bath mat, shake it out, move the trash can. I actually take the toilet brush, it's one of those silicone ones, and I run it under water just to get like all the dust off the outside, and then I let it sit there to dry. That way when I vacuum and mop in here, I'm going to do it super quick. Like that really takes me 45 seconds to do. So now when I vacuum and mop, I'm getting all the dust that's back there so that it's not accumulating. Alright, so I cannot tell you how good it feels to get my weekly home blessing done every week. My favorite thing is that I basically am giving myself an hour. I'm going through my house very quickly, and this is just kind of maintenance cleaning. I am vacuuming, mopping, dusting. My kids take the trash out. And it's just super simple. It helps me not procrastinate because I know that it's not going to take very long. All right, so my camera battery died in the middle of that. So while my camera was charging, I did a couple of other things. So the other thing that I did is in our hallway one day, our hall tree just like tipped over. It's black, made a long black scrape down the wall. It wasn't something that I was able to wipe off. I tried to make a magic eraser. I tried a wet, like a damp microfiber. That didn't work, so I needed to touch it up. So I grabbed paint. This took, y'all, like seriously, it took me 2 minutes, and I touched it up. Several of you though, over the last year have asked me what color paint we have in this house, and I had no idea, but I did find the paint, and it is Sherwin-Williams Agreeable Gray. So for those of you that have wondered, that is what my paint color is. All right, so the other thing that I did while my camera was charging is I got out my planner and I was looking at my goals. I have got some books that I've been reading. Several of them I showed you earlier. And so I came through and I checked them off. And the way I've been keeping up with this is like at the beginning of the year, I wrote down like the one book that I was working on. And then if I didn't finish it that month, I did an arrow. Both of these books got an arrow for February. This one I finished in March. This one I had to push to April. This one I'm still working on. It's one that we're doing for a life group at church, so I'm only doing like a chapter at a time. So that's why this one keeps moving. I finished these, so I've checked them off. So I did that. And then I'm still trying to decide exactly how I want to use the dashboard in my Erin Condren planner. So this, like something right there, I dropped water on something and it smeared. So that's why there is like a mark right there, because my pens don't bleed through. But I had made a project list for things around the house. I finally touched up the paint in the hallway, and then I hung up some pictures throughout the house that I've been meaning to do since February. Y'all, I am working on procrastination. I finally got it done. The other thing that I'm doing, I've got a verse that I just kind of like to look at regularly, so I put it there. And then I made an exercise tracker, and I am doing terribly, like really terribly. This is something that I really want to get better at, but I'm struggling. So it's the 12th, and I've only worked out one time this month. But I still have room to improve. I can still get better than last month. So that's what we're going to focus on. All right, so yesterday I did not get to some things that I normally do. Normally on Monday, I clean out our toaster oven. You can see this thing is dirty. So I'm going to tackle this. And then I am also going to wipe down my stainless appliances. They're smudgy, so we're going to do that. And then I'm going to start working on dinner because it's starting to get late. So we are having a new recipe. I'm making some chicken thighs. And then I was looking through the fridge, and we got a bunch of carrots that need to be eaten and some sweet potatoes in the pantry. So I'm going to chop all of those up and just roast them. So I think that's going to be good. Probably won't show you all of that, but I will try to remember to show you the finished product. All right, so let's clean out my toaster oven and wipe down my stainless
steel appliances. All right, so the first thing that I like to do is I grab a degreaser. I'm using Simple Green, and I am just spraying it on the elements that go in my toaster oven. That way, while I am doing some other things, that degreaser is kind of doing its job so that I don't have to do a lot of scrubbing. So then I'm just going to come over here. I'm going to get all the crumbs out, get this cleaned up. Then we're going to work our way around the room, and we're going to wipe down stainless appliances. The thing that I am using for my stainless steel is a damp microfiber cloth from eCloth. It's a stainless steel cloth, and then also a polishing cloth. I clean them the same way that I clean glass and mirrors. The thing that you have to remember with stainless steel is to make sure that you are going with the grain. You don't want to go against the grain. But they clean up very nicely, and I don't have any kind of streaks or smudges or anything like that. And there's also no residue left because I am not spraying any kind of actual product on there. The degreaser in the Dawn did its job on the pan that goes in the bottom of the toaster oven, but on the grate there was still something a little bit just kind of stuck on there, so I decided to just grab some Barkeeper's Friend. That stuff is like magic sometimes, and it just does a great job, and it did here as well.
All right, so real quick, I thought I'd throw my Sam's Club haul in here real quick. These things are mostly staples. So I got 2 gallons of milk. My kids go through milk like crazy. These bars, these are really good if you haven't had them. Some eggs. We got some ground beef, pork chops. These pork chops, we put these on the grill all the time. Super easy. Bacon, rotisserie chicken. We got some croissants. Those are good for just like fast, like breakfast sandwiches or just a fast sandwich during the middle of the day. We got some string cheese, and we got these chicken thighs. If you haven't had these chicken thighs, these are the boneless, skinless. They are more expensive, but they make my life easy. So just a real quick Sam's haul for you.
And dinner turned out great. We had the carrots, sweet potatoes, chicken thighs, and Red Lobster cheddar bay biscuits.
All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys soon.